Hello Peoria, I'm Elizabeth Eckel and you're watching The Rec Show, a show dedicated to the recreation, education, and culture of Peoria. A new reading program at Peoria's main library has literally gone to the dogs. Pause to Read is the main library's newest program, pairing registered therapy dogs with young readers to improve their reading skills without fear or judgment.
I was in a program like it up in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I just really enjoyed the program up there. And so when I came down to the valley, we didn't really have anything like it, and so I just started it out here. So we have been doing it for 6 years now.
Pause to Read approached the library with the idea of kids reading to dogs, and it was a natural fit.
The purpose of Pause to Read is to get kids interested in reading, give them practice reading without being judged or being made fun of, and also to get the kids to like the library, to want to come to the library to read.
When she's reading with the kids here, sometimes while they're reading and they're petting her, she'll roll over on her side so they can rub her belly. And
she loves her tummy rubbed. He looked way up. He saw a big plane. "There I am, Mother," he cried out. But the plane did not stop. The plane went on. Just then, the baby bird saw a big thing. "This must be his mother." "There she is," he said. "There is my mother."
Pause to Read happens the first Saturday of every month at the Peoria Main Library.
Want to say hi to all the kids? Bailey, you say hi? Good girl.
Never heard of pickleball? The sport's been around since 1965 and has over 124,000 players worldwide. It's also the newest addition to Rio Vista's busy sports lineup.
People who have tried the sport here are bringing their friends, and the numbers are growing.
It may look like other racket sports, but as I learned from Steve Wong, USA Pickleball Association World Champion and Ambassador, there are some significant differences.
Some of the unique characteristics is that the ball has to bounce once on each side before you could volley it in the air. We've got something cool called the non-volley zone, or also called the kitchen up here. It's 7 feet from the net, and you can't step in there to volley the ball in the air. You can step in there after the ball's bounced, but you can't volley the ball in the air, unlike tennis.
The pickleball court is the same size as a badminton court. The ball, paddle, and net are all unique to pickleball.
I'm going to teach Elizabeth how to play. I don't know if she knows it or not, but she's going to pick up a paddle, and she told me she doesn't know anything about pickleball, and she's going to love it, I bet you. Volley zone right in the front, that's 7 feet from the net. Your goal is whenever you serve the ball, you serve the ball underhand below the waist, and you hit it into that opposite rectangle over there.
Is this the line?
This is the back line.
Behind this line?
Yep, so 2 feet behind the baseline, and then you just strike the ball below the waist into that box over there. Give it a shot, you'll love it. Yes, that was pretty good.
And
awesome.
I did love it. You can play singles or doubles. It's easy to learn, a great workout, and so much fun.
You're into it, go for it. Nice, good try. You got me. Pickleball, it's very athletic. It's also a very social game. So it's just getting out there, doing some cardio, and also using hand-eye coordination as well. If you played racket sports in the past, you've got some advantage. If you haven't played in the past, it's okay because anybody can pick up a paddle and give it a shot.
Pickleball is family-friendly and welcomes all ages and skill levels.
It's a sport that is not only fun, as you've seen, but also fairly easy to pick up. And so we encourage people who are new to the sport, have never tried it, to please stop by any Tuesday and Thursday. We always keep a court open for instruction, and we're happy to teach the sport, and we want more people to participate and learn the sport of pickleball.
Good game, good game. Good job.
For more information, you can call Rio Vista or go online. It took 4 years to complete, but Pioneer Community Park is open, and it was definitely worth the wait. Beautiful Pioneer Community Park is Peoria's newest park, offering a variety of impressive amenities.
We offer all our residents a good lifestyle, a quality of life that's above everybody else's in the valley, and I think this is proof of that.
83 beautiful acres make this one of the largest municipal parks in the valley, featuring 2 shaded children's playground areas and a shaded splash pad. Six lighted dual-use baseball and softball fields, 4 lighted tournament-quality multi-purpose fields, 3-acre dog park featuring separate areas for larger and smaller dogs, Heritage Court, a plaza for small events, a 5-acre catch-and-take fishing lake using reclaimed water, plus so much more.
The purpose of this park is to bring people together so they can have a good time, enjoy the park, fishing, softball, soccer.
This is someplace you can bring your family, you can interact with your neighbors and other residents, have a good time, let your children play. It means everything. This is what gives the city of Peoria its small town feel. Even though we're 180 square miles, 155,000 residents, but we still have that small town feel. And things like this in Rio Vista are the reasons why.
I'm at Peoria Center for the Performing Arts, and joining me is Dan Shea, the Executive Director of TheaterWorks. He's here to tell us more about what we can expect this season.
Welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Here in our lobby.
It's so beautiful.
It's a wonderful space, and what's really fun is thinking of this lobby when it's filled with kids who are just coming out of classes or audiences just coming out of an opening night show, and customers coming back and forth to the box office window, so we may be interrupted by that, but it's a center of activity here.
And that's what we want. I'm so happy to hear it.
That's what it's all supposed to be about. It's a very, very, very exciting year for us here at the Peoria Center for the Performing Arts because we're really expanding our programming. We still have, as the base of that, our Masterworks series. We opened the season with Big, the musical based on the Tom Hanks movie. Following that, of course, is Ragtime, the great American story based on the award-winning E.L. Doctorow novel.
Great music.
Great music, and basically a wonderful story of the melting pot of America at the turn of the 20th century, sort of the Ellis Island period. Lots of historical basis to the plot, and something that is really becoming, it's well known both in curriculum of schools and well beloved by people who know and remember the novel. So we're really looking forward to that show. Following that, of course, Christmas Carol, our 3rd year in a row doing that classic, that Dickens classic, in our own adaptation with both kids and adults. And then while Christmas Carol's playing on our main stage, on the Guider Theater, here in the Macmillan Theater, our smaller theater, there'll be a fairy tale Christmas Carol with a younger cast for younger audiences. And of course, we always do our holiday puppet show for the youngest audiences. So we're operating in 3 rings here. It's a 3-ring circus at TheaterWorks. And that's just what's happening before the holidays. After that, we've got a play called Mama Won't Fly. That's by the same authors of a show called the Dixie Swim Club that was a big hit for us a couple of years ago. It's very funny. It's sort of like, Steel Magnolias meets Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's funny, a little bit wacky and outrageous about a young bride who wants to get to know her mother-in-law-to-be. So she thinks it would be a good idea to drive across the country with her.
That's one way to get to know your mother-in-law.
Yes, it's probably not the preferred way. In that case, in the play, craziness ensues, and that's a lot of fun. And then during spring training, we've got a really special event coming up. We'll be doing a world premiere production of a new musical that has the potential, the real potential, and most importantly, the real funding to go to Broadway. It's by a gentleman who is a very well-known composer. He's very experienced, but it's a new show. It's about a town in the Depression era that's kind of down on its luck, a Midwestern town. They need a little spirit. They need to boost their spirits, and they need a little bit of activity downtown too. So they decide to invent a barnstorming baseball team that plays all their games on the radio. They're all broadcast, but the only thing wrong with the team is that it doesn't actually exist.
Oh, no.
If you remember the scene in Bull Durham where they're recreating a baseball game, you know, they click the two sticks together for the bats and things like that. That's actually what President Reagan did as his first job in show business back in the 30s. He was in, again, the same era. He was in his hometown of Dixon, Illinois, recreating baseball games from Chicago for the local radio stations. They didn't have the hookups then to be able to broadcast something nationally, so they would send out the results on a ticker, and local radio stations would do this. Anyway,
That's a great bit of trivia.
Oh, it's a wonderful bit
on the
of
side
trivia.
note.
But it's fun because it's a fun show. It's got a lot of heart, and we're going to be doing it right in the middle of spring training. So it's going to be part of our celebration.
And the name of that is National Pastime.
We got it right here behind us. And the wonderful thing about that is we're already working with our friends and colleagues over at the Peoria Sports Complex to tie in the marketing for that with our visitors from out of town.
They'll love it.
They absolutely
They will love it.
They absolutely will. It's also a great feather in our cap to be able to do this world premiere. They selected 4 theaters around the country to participate in this sort of tryout, pre-Broadway tryout, and we're one of them. So
Congratulations on that.
we are honored by it. Then we close the season with a show called Dark of the Moon, which is sort of Twilight, Twilight-esque, if you're familiar with Twilight.
Sure.
It
Very
has a
popular.
little supernatural romance. It's actually based on a poem from the 1940s. It's going to have some music and some magic to it, so it's going to be, again, something very different to close the season.
I love the versatility that you've put on this or prepared for the season.
And that's just a little tiny fraction. We still have our Youth Works shows. We have, I mentioned Fairy Tale Christmas. Our youth program, the teenagers will be performing High School Musical.
Love it.
Beloved. And they'll be doing a version of Cinderella later in the season. And then we also have the puppet shows. But the thing I do have to mention is that we've expanded beyond doing theater. We're bringing in a series of 6 jazz concerts over the course of the year, including local favorite Miss Pesci, who's a pianist who has a following, from all over Nicole Pesci, and also a series of 4 classical music concerts, chamber music, with the Mill Avenue Chamber Players and the Joseph Whitco Saxophone Quartet, who have played all around the world, playing here on our stage. So a lot more variety than ever before.
And you're bringing some big names into Peoria, putting Peoria on the map.
Well, we certainly have been doing that in terms of the Valley's art scene. At the beginning of the year, the Arizona Republic selected 25 don't miss events. 3 of them were here. 3 of them were scheduled for the Peoria Center for the Performing Arts. That's good. That's where we ought to be. The West Valley has a significant audience and a significant tradition. After all, this is TheaterWorks' 28th year of producing theater out here. And we have this magnificent facility that was created by the citizens in the city of Peoria. We want to bring it to full use.
Absolutely, and it's a little known gem in the community, in the valley, really. People should be traveling from Scottsdale, Tempe, Mesa, here for these wonderful shows.
They do. I've talked just in the last week at the end of the run of Big. I was talking to people here in the lobby. Have you been here before? I've never seen this beautiful building. I had no idea. I've come over from Scottsdale, or I've come over from Buckeye. Here in the West Valley, it's so much closer than downtown. That's what we want to hear. We're tired of being the best kept secret. We don't want to be the best kept secret. We want to be known by everybody as the West Valley's destination for fine, affordable performing arts.
And let's get to the affordable part of that, because I know you offer packages and quite a different variety of ways to get and purchase tickets.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, tickets are always available, but we have discounts for season subscriptions, flex passes, also group sales are available. And then beginning in October this year, we're rolling out a membership program that will be available all year long for a tax-deductible membership, family membership or individual. You'll get access to all of the things that we do at our highest discount without having to tie yourself down to a specific date. Because these days people don't say, oh yes, in April on the 23rd, I want to go here. You know, people decide at the last minute where they want to go. But you'll be able to be a member of the Peoria Center for the Performing Arts and get the best tickets we have at the best price we have whenever you decide to come. And that's true for the theater, for the music, and even for our camps and workshops.
And mentioning camps and workshops, you have another variety of programs you offer for all ages.
We do so much, and people don't necessarily see that because it happens in the building all different hours of the day. But during the summertime, we had over 250 kids registered for our various camps, and those classes go on all year long. We have what we call our Youth Works Academy, or YWAY, and there are a variety of different subjects. We also work with our colleagues at the City of Peoria down at the Community Center just down the street, offering what they call an adaptive class for people who have certain developmental disabilities. They work very effectively in theater, and we're delighted to collaborate on that program. And we even have some senior classes, acting for seniors, that roll out in the middle of the year.
That's terrific. You also rent the facility out for other things.
Absolutely. This is a community facility, and everything from church groups to corporate meetings to dance classes, and there's a time of year at the end of the school year where we have recital after recital after recital for all the different dance companies that are here. We just clear the stage and let them have it.
Well, it's a fabulous opportunity. This is a gorgeous facility. I can only imagine what it feels like for these little girls and boys to be on stage performing.
Some of them get the bug. It's really fun, and it's a great space for all that.
Terrific. We also need to talk about auditions because you offer auditions.
Absolutely. People can check on our website for whatever auditions are coming up. We are a community-based organization. We hire union professional actors, but we also have youth actors and actors from our own community. We are proud to be able to have that variety of people on our stage.
For people to learn about classes, to learn about show times, ticket prices, what's the best way to get a hold of?
Of course, it's in today's world, it's always the website. It's www.theaterworks.org. We're an org, not a com. And it's theater spelled the American way, Theater, not R-E. So theaterworks.org. And also, of course, you can call our box office, which is 623-815-7930, and they'll pass you along to whoever that you need to talk to.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about your company, the facility, anything at all?
Well, one little thing, and we are partners with the City of Peoria here. We've gotten some press over the course of this year about support that we've gotten, some financial support. For the 7 years that we've been in here, we've been carrying the full cost of operating the building. And we're the only publicly owned arts facility in the Valley where that happens. We contribute far more, and the city's contribution therefore has to be far less. We're proud of that, and we're proud of the partnership we have with them, and we're proud of being able to make it work.
Dan, thanks so much for being here and telling us more about what we can expect this season. Everything fabulous.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, and we hope everybody will come see what's happening at their Peoria Center for the Performing Arts.
Next, we're headed over to Arizona Broadway Theater, where our good friend Brad York is going to give us the scoop on their upcoming season. Take it away, Brad.
Thanks, Elizabeth. I'm Brad York, the Sales and Marketing Director here at the Arizona Broadway Theater, and we're starting off Season 9 with the 2003 Broadway hit musical Hairspray, and we've got the cast of Hairspray here with us this morning. Richard Coons, who's playing Edna Turnblatt, Victoria Lynn Sochi, who's playing Tracy Turnblatt, and Ryan Michael Crimmins, who's playing Corny Collins. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Everything going well so far? You guys have been in town for about how long now?
About a week. We got here last Sunday, right?
Yeah. Richard, your first time in Arizona?
It is not my first time. My mother lived here for a couple of years on the other side of the valley.
Very good, very good. We'll have to have her come over here to the west side and see the show. Ryan, you are returning to ABT after starring in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat this last July and August. How are things going so far with this show? And tell us a little bit about the difference between Joseph and coming into Hairspray with Corny.
Well, the biggest difference between Joseph and Hairspray is I don't have my wig anymore, which was a very integral part of my Joseph character. And the weather is so much cooler. I didn't think it was going to be so much cooler.
It's hot here during the summer.
It is very hot here during the summer.
There's a big difference between 110 and 90.
There certainly is. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. It's been a good time.
You've got a big cast with you this time. You've got 26 actors here for Hairspray. You had a big cast for Joseph. Lots of great talent in from New York. Victoria, this is your first time in Arizona and your first time at Arizona Broadway Theater. And Tracy Turnblad. Now, this has been a role that a lot of young girls have paid a lot of attention to over the years. Tell me a little bit about what this means for you and about how you're approaching Tracy.
Let's see. Well, this role means a lot to me. She is an absolutely unbelievable character, and she makes like me a better person. She's just this big, fun girl with a big heart and a big personality and like bigger dreams, and she doesn't let anything stop her. It's amazing.
There's a lot of story here in
is.
Hairspray. Certainly it's a fun show, lots of exciting dance numbers, a good story. But behind all that, and maybe Richard, you can tell us a little bit about this, there's a lot of heart and a lot of our history as a country also racially in this. So tell us a little bit about how that's playing out so far.
Yeah, it's funny. On our first day of rehearsal, our director, Curtis, was telling us that besides all the fun and fast pace that it is, the show, when you break it down, is really about love. You know, love between a family, love between people of all people. And we have interracial dating in the show. We've got dealing with the bigotries, from the 1960s going on and stuff. Integrating a television show. It's really has a lot of our history, but like I said, when you break it down, it's really about love for your fellow man and love for a family, and dealing with your loving yourself insecurities. Tracy is amazing. Her character loves everybody, loves herself, and she's not the typical, blonde little girl, sweet, of the 1960s when they were thinking Shirley Temple. She's sort of like the opposite of that, but she just sees everybody as everybody, not a color, not a personality, not a person type. So she really is the strongest love character, and it comes from her mom and dad because both of them are really strong characters. The dad has this great positive outlook on everything, and the mother, Edna, is supposed to be this real strong woman who's sort of lost herself, and Tracy helps her find by the end of the show, finds herself again. And
interesting, and the role of Edna going back, and we've got some real powerhouse players.
Harvey Firestein.
This started with the movie Hairspray, where Ricky Lake played Tracy Turnblad. Divine, well-known historical cross-dresser in American history, played the mom. We had, of course, Harvey Firestein on stage, and then John Travolta
in the movie. Yeah.
And here now we've got Richard Coons at Arizona Broadway Theater.
Yep.
Putting on the makeup, putting on the wig.
Putting on the bodysuit.
Putting on the bodysuit, yes.
Yeah. It's funny though, because as you're looking at the script and trying to go at it, everybody knows it's a man playing a woman, and you accept that, and there's something funny about that. But you don't play it like a man, you play a mother. You're simply a mom, and you let the funny sort of happen. Right. Some of the jokes happen because you are a guy, but you don't play into that. You don't have to play up the aspect of like I'm pretending to be a cross-dresser.
She's not pretending.
No, she's just a mother.
Correct.
She's just a woman.
Yeah.
And she's a woman who happens to be a big woman, and I don't mean just heavy, fat kind of woman. She's a big woman. She's supposed to be tall, sort of loud, overly big, doesn't know what to do with herself. And inside, she's that gentle little girl wanting to come out, And so it's funny. I think you can identify, like I said, as that is this strong mother type, the strong woman who, like I said, not really a man. They just put a man in it to make it over the top big.
Right. Now, Ryan, this is your third show with Arizona Broadway Theater. You were here with My Fair Lady,
right?
Again at Joseph, and now coming back as Corny.
Yeah, happy to be back.
Is this your first time working with Curtis in a directing role?
It is. Yeah. I worked with him as a music director in My Fair Lady. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He can do everything, this guy. Yeah. So yes, it is my first time with him as a director, and I'm really excited and happy with the way it's going. He's just so talented.
He brings a lot of fun to the rehearsal process. Victoria, so far we're in the second week here of the rehearsal process. How's that gone? I mean, it's a lot of energy, like I said, 26 actors. Pretty good scheduling and everything.
Yeah, it's been going great. I'm having a blast. The dancing is incredible. Curtis and Shelley have been amazing with all the choreography, and the music in the show is just, how can you not love it? It's just so catchy, and it's just this beautiful story told through just like 2 hours or so of pure joy. It's awesome. It's been so much fun. Yeah.
And it's been exciting to have the diversity of a cast here. It's a mix of all jacks of trades and everything, but some exceptional singers, especially with the gals who are the Dynamites. I mean, just some of these girls have some gospel voices.
Yes.
Yeah, and Deidre, who's playing Motormouth, is a really big voice and an exciting, a lot of music that people are really going to enjoy, I think.
They are.
We've got a number of shows coming up here at ABT for the season. We mentioned Hairspray. We've got Sound of Music, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Kiss Me Kate. I know that Richard really has already put his name in the hat for The Secret Garden. Now that would be Neville or...
I don't care.
You know, I don't care. So we've got Young Frankenstein. Did any of you see Young Frankenstein on Broadway?
No, I did.
You did?
I did.
Yeah, great show. A lot of fun. Yeah, if you know the movie, then you'll crack up at the show. Let's see, we've got Peter Pan in the summertime, which is also bringing in Flying by Foy, which did the flying for our production of Tarzan 2 years ago, which was really exciting. So where Tarzan flew from the balcony to the stage, we're going to have to find exactly where it is Peter Pan is going to fly and land on your table. Hopefully he doesn't land in your salad. And then we've got The Angry Housewives, which a show not many people know about. But I think like Trailer Park, which we just closed, it's really, really funny. We're calling them The Angry Housewives of Peoria. You know you're watching. But some fun shows. And of course, what a lot of people don't know about ABT that is an exceptional part of it is our whole dining and culinary experience. Right before the show, 2 hours before the show start, we of course have a kitchen crew and a chef and a team of individuals who are bringing out some great tasting food. Menus change every show, so each one of the shows that we've mentioned here, there's a different menu. Oftentimes those show menus are themed for the type of show that we have. So, of course, like with Trailer Park, which was just on stage, you couldn't do it without catfish. Couldn't do it. We had a basket full of fried food, which include fried pickles, right? We're all on top of this. So, are you guys excited about, is your families coming in from out of town to join us here in Peoria? Yeah?
Sure are.
Now, you're from where originally?
I'm from upstate New York originally.
Yeah?
From Saratoga Springs.
Now, has family been here before?
They have come and seen all the shows I've done here.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're just here a month and a half ago to see Joseph.
Very good.
Yeah, so they're good.
Yeah. Victoria?
Yes, I think my mom is going to come out from New York. She's never been to Arizona, and she's so excited. She loves this show. Yeah.
Now, Richard, you're a new dad.
I am. I've got a 20-month-old.
A 20-month-old.
Yeah.
Reese.
Yep.
Is he going to be able to come out and see the show?
We're hoping. You know, he's at that age where it's really hard to put him on a plane for 5 hours because everybody else gets really angry at you when they're screaming and running up and down the hall.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm
so
excited for him to see you as Edna.
Yeah, do you know, he actually, we showed him pictures because I've tried on all the makeup and the wig and stuff like that, and he was like, Mama! So, you know, so it's really funny.
That is perfect.
But,
well, Hairspray is on stage through November 10th here at Arizona Broadway Theater, again followed by The Sound of Music, which is our Christmas show, which opens on November 22nd. We have a number of exciting opportunities for the holidays here, including some wonderful concerts and our music series, and also those shows that will be happening in our Encore room, which is a small, intimate setting of about 70 people. We've got Christmas My Way, which is a Sinatra tribute, and the Winter Wonderettes, which is a great four-gal show that will also be happening in the Encore room. We'll be setting up ABT to make it all festive for the holidays come the opening of The Sound of Music, and I think that you all will have a great time dropping by here with the whole family and getting a little sense of the holiday spirit. I'm Brad York with the cast of Hairspray. Back to you, Elizabeth.
That does it for this edition of The Rec Show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.